capital murder without being very sure of ourselves.
A Rowlett woman is charged with stabbing her 2 young sons to death.
If she did, then this was definitely not the Darlie that we know and everybody else knows.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us. Channel 8 News has learned that shortly after arriving on the crime scene 2 weeks ago, detectives suspected that someone inside that house in Rowlett had killed the little boys.
Nevertheless, parallel investigations pursued Darlie Routier's reports of a knife-wielding intruder and the inconsistencies in her story. Tonight, she has been charged with 2 counts of capital murder. Channel 8's Robert Riggs joins us with more on how police say they solved the case. Robert?
John and Chip, evidence at the crime scene told one story. Darlie Routier's account of that deadly night was a far cry different. Police say it was a vicious, planned attack in which the mother allegedly stabbed her children to death and spun a tale to cover it up. 26-year-old Darlie Routier is under a suicide watch in her Dallas County jail cell. Rowlett police and an arrest warrant for capital murder say her lack of concern for her dying sons and inconsistent statements point to Routier's guilt. Investigators believe that Routier's story that she slept through the deadly stabbings of 6-year-old Devon and 5-year-old Damon, who were just a few feet away, and slept through multiple cuts inflicted upon herself, is incredible.
We're expecting a lot of controversy. You know this is a significant case as well as we do. We're convinced and confident in our case, and at trial will be where it's proven.
Routier's 911 call at 2:31 in the morning of June 6th and her unusual behavior immediately raised suspicion. She told the 911 dispatcher that they had just broken in and stabbed me and my children in the first floor den where they were asleep. She later changed the story to a lone assailant. The arrest warrant states that despite the emergency, Routier never made attempts to stop their bleeding, touch them, or render other first aid. Instead, she was preoccupied with a minor wound on her neck.
And we were in a difficult situation, trying to reassure a quiet, peaceful community here that we didn't have a psychopathic murderer walking the street, but at the same time not jeopardize this case.
Investigators say a window screen was cut to make it look like the killer broke in. They found a knife inside the Routier's kitchen used to cut the screen. A second butcher knife from the kitchen was used to inflict many powerful stab wounds into the chest and back of the little boys. Routier told police she was stabbed on the couch, but there was no appreciable blood there. Police believe Routier slashed her own throat in the kitchen. Routier claims she chased the assailant through the kitchen, but only her bloody bare footprints were found, no trace of an intruder. Routier told police the killer dropped the knife in the utility room, but there were no bloodstains there. When the 911 dispatcher told Routier not to touch the knife, she responded, "I already touched it and picked it up," and later said, "I wonder if we could have gotten the prints, maybe."
It has stuff on there that only the people involved know about, and I think it's some important evidence on that tape, things that are said.
43 seconds into the 911 call, Routier told police her husband Darren just ran downstairs, but she never asked about the safety of her 8-month-old baby boy who was sleeping upstairs with his father. Their home remained unoccupied for the past 2 weeks as investigators stripped the interior for evidence. Their computer business, which tests circuit boards, appears to have been shut down for some time. The Routier's home phone still answers with an eerie message.
Don't believe everything that the media is saying. I mean, the closest thing that they've got is the information that we've given them.
Police say Routier's husband is not a suspect. Her court-appointed attorney has not returned our frequent calls today. Chip, John.
Robert, a couple of questions a lot of folks are asking about. Is there a motive in this case, and then where does the investigation go from here?
Well, investigators say there was a $5,000 life insurance policy on the boys, but have ruled that out as a motive. They are looking at the possibility of past psychological problems and marital discord. And DNA testing is continuing on blood samples to further pinpoint the trail left by Darlie Routier through the house. And investigators tell me that one of the reasons Rowlett solved this case relatively quickly, were able to crack it, is they put aside their egos and they solicited the top expertise from departments across the metropolitan area.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rob.
Death of her 5-year-old son.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. This was Routier's first nationwide television interview. Reporter Robert Riggs has reaction. Robert?
John and Tracy, the Dallas district attorneys are angry tonight with the characterization we just saw on Primetime Live of Darlie Routier as the all-American mom. Prosecutors say the brutality of the murder, captured in crime scene photographs, document a trail of evidence that proves Routier committed the crime. Tonight, evidence you've never seen before.
I was a normal person.
On Texas death row for women, Darlie Routier hopes her family can raise up to $50,000 to put her under hypnosis. Routier believes the trance could conjure up a better description of the man she claims stabbed her sons to death and cut her throat. But in these first ever released crime scene photos from Routier's murder trial, prosecutors say all of the evidence points to an inside job.
If I would have just died with my children at night, it would have spared a lot of pain. But then I also think that if I would have died that night, that my husband would be sitting where I'm at right now.
She tries to portray herself as kind of June Cleaver. And, June Cleaver, she's not.
Police found most of the Routier's home picture perfect on the night of the murders. A wedding gown was draped over a chair for the Routiers to renew their vows. An FBI crime scene analyst noted there was little property damage for such extraordinary human devastation. Despite Routier's story of a violent struggle in the family room, a glass tabletop and flower pot is only tilted sideways.
If you were to believe Darlie Routier is not guilty of this crime, you have to believe she slept through her son 1 foot from her being murdered, her other son 4 feet from her being murdered, and I guess her sleeping through having her own throat cut and not waking up.
Investigators say it's a textbook case of staging, down to Routier superficially cutting her neck. This knife from the Routier's own kitchen was used for the deep penetrating wounds into the boys. Investigators found blood from both boys splattered on the front right shoulder of Routier's blouse. Consistent, they say, with blood being slung each time Routier raised the knife to stab.
I know the truth. I know what really happened. If I'm put to death, I'll leave this world with a free conscience.
Gold jewelry and a Rolex watch were openly missed by the intruder. Routier says he fled through the adjoining kitchen, but only a single wine glass was broken from brushing against a fragile rack full, and Routier's blood was under the broken glass. A vacuum cleaner also appeared knocked over, but Routier's blood dropped on it while it was still upright, and the floor beneath it is spotted with Routier's blood and her barefoot prints. The intruder supposedly cut open a window screen from outside into the garage, but a bread knife was found in the Routier's kitchen butcher block with fragments of the fiberglass screen on its blade. This microscopic look shows a strand on the left from the screen, matches the one on the right found stuck to the knife.
We had a good case. The police department, 2 crime labs, 3 consultants, DA's office, grand jury, FBI. We didn't consult and say, let's get Darlie. It's harder to prove somebody in the house, family did it, than it is an intruder, and there was no intruder.
Jim Cron, a veteran of more than 4,000 crime scenes with bodies, says dozens of pieces of evidence contradicted Routier's story. But Routier's husband says his wife is resting well on death row.
And she can sleep at night. You know, she can sleep because she knows the truth. It doesn't affect her in that way.
Prosecutors didn't have to prove a motive, but they say Routier's obsession with her appearance, material things, money problems, depression, and suicide may explain why she snapped. John?
Well, Robert, I understand that the lender foreclosed on the house. Whatever happened?
Well, the house will soon go on the auction block. The realtor says there's been a surprising number of interested buyers even before the house has gone on the market. During the last 2 months, it has been painted, new carpeting has been installed, and new light fixtures hung. Bargain hunters will be asked for sealed bids. Nearby residents hope a new owner will help their Rowlett neighborhood get back to normal. Tracy,
Okay.
John.
Robert, thank you very much.
Why did I run? I should know better. It was dark and I was in love or whatever. It could have meant to be, it could be meant to be, it should be meant to be, just you and me. Why did I? Why did I wait so long? Time has passed and gone. So much I'd Why did I call? Didn't think of what it would do. A life a heart can't beat, broken or wide. Anywhere it's needed, anywhere I need it, until it's bleeding, just you and me. Why did I? Why did I run? I should know better. It was dark and I was in love or whatever. It could have meant to be, it could be meant to be, it should be meant to be, just you and me. Why did I? Why did I wait so long? Time has passed and gone. So much I'd say has it